This morning, Fixated comes to us from Dose.com.
And Johnson & Johnson is getting hit with another multi-million-dollar settlement over the company's talcum powder. And this case isn't the first, right, Crystal?
Not at all, Layla. We've definitely heard about this before. Johnson & Johnson is going to have to pay over $400 million to a woman who says she got ovarian cancer from using the company's talcum powder. She testified that she had used the powder for decades, and had it had a warning label on it, she would have stopped. Her case is not the first, though. Johnson & Johnson has paid hundreds of millions of dollars in recent years for similar cases. More than 1,000 lawsuits have been filed against the company. As far as the science behind whether there is a link between talcum powder and cancer, the American Cancer Society says there's just not enough evidence. However, a spokesperson for Johnson & Johnson says the company will appeal the most recent case, and that scientific evidence supports the safety of Johnson's baby powder. And so here to give us some more insight on this topic is Dr. Myers-Hurt. Dr. Hurt, thanks so much for joining us. If you could go ahead and just explain to us what exactly is talcum powder, and why is there such a discrepancy over whether or not it's safe or harmful?
Sure. And so talcum powder is a powder that's made from talc. And so talc is a mineral that essentially just has magnesium, silicon, and oxygen in it. So we grind it up as a powder to absorb moisture, and so it's used to cut down on friction, it keeps skin dry, and it helps prevent rashes. When you mentioned part of the controversy, one of the bigger things that people are worried about is the presence of asbestos. And so as a mineral, there are traces of asbestos in previous versions of the commercially available products prior to the 70s, and any other trace elements or minerals that could technically be there when these individuals are mining the talc itself. And so the original concern was kind of with the miners and their exposure to it, and now that's transitioned into the consumers of the product.
So now, of course, we're seeing this woman claiming that she, had gotten ovarian cancer after using this for many, many years. And so the first thing I think about as a mom is, wait a minute, baby powder. I put this on my kids' bottoms when they were little. Should I be concerned, and should other moms be concerned if they're currently using it?
It's hard to say, and so I think this does a good job of just bringing some attention to it. It's not necessarily a must-have product, so if people are concerned, they can just stop using it. Part of the controversy is there's good science on both sides. There's really no definitive answer. As you mentioned, the American Cancer Society and other cancer societies internationally don't have enough evidence to conclusively say this is, in fact, leading to it. And in a similar manner, the legal cases that are out there, we hear about the multi-million-dollar awards to some of these individuals that were affected by it, but at the same time, there are also some I guess, other legal victories on the other side. So Johnson & Johnson is winning some and losing others, and so there's really no one clear answer.
Right. Okay. So when it comes to the waiting game of finding out once there is enough scientific evidence to definitively say yes or no, this is safe or not, in that time of waiting, are there safer alternatives that people could consider?
Absolutely, and so there are some commercially available natural brands that you could find at a health food store, or talk to a trusted healthcare professional about some of those commercially available brands. 100% natural. People can use things like cornstarch, and it has kind of the same texture and consistency and does some of the same things by absorbing some of the moisture.
All right. Well, Dr. Hurt, we sure do appreciate your time this morning here on Morning Dose.